The Pentagon's scramble, new detection systems, and desperate measures. The Pentagon's emergency response has triggered the most comprehensive military technology deployment in decades. Defense officials have authorized emergency procurement contracts across multiple services, with the Navy alone receiving an $11 billion budget increase for fiscal year 2024 that included extensive counter-drone measures. These new installations are being rushed to military bases across the United States with completion deadlines that compress normal 5-year deployment schedules into 18-month emergency timelines. The new radar systems utilize active electronically scanned array technology combined with artificial intelligence processing that can distinguish between birds, conventional aircraft, and the sophisticated objects that have been penetrating restricted airspace. Unlike traditional radar systems that sweep broad areas in predictable patterns, these installations maintain continuous 360-degree monitoring with the ability to track objects traveling at altitudes below 500 feet. Military technicians report that the systems can process thousands of individual radar contacts simultaneously while filtering out environmental interference that previously masked low-altitude intrusions. Laser and microwave jammers are entering operational tests at nuclear facilities and critical military installations as part of layered defense systems designed to neutralize aircraft that resist conventional countermeasures. According to the joint DHS-FBI-FAA statement on drone detection, these directed energy systems are being deployed operationally at sensitive sites nationwide. The weapons generate focused energy pulses capable of disabling electronic systems at extended ranges, though military officials acknowledge that initial testing against the mysterious aircraft has produced mixed results. Signal jamming equipment worth hundreds of millions of dollars has been distributed to military installations nationwide, representing one of the largest electronic warfare deployments in peacetime military history. Advanced counter-electronic systems can generate electromagnetic interference across multiple frequency bands simultaneously, targeting the radio control systems that operate conventional drones. However, classified testing reports indicate that the unknown aircraft demonstrate immunity to jamming attempts that successfully disable commercial and military drone systems, forcing military engineers to develop new approaches to electronic warfare that operate on previously unexplored frequency ranges. NORAD has created specialized flyaway kit programs designed for rapid deployment to incident locations, according to General Gillott's goal to have response capabilities operational within a year. These counter-unmanned aircraft systems teams receive classified briefings on incident patterns, aircraft capabilities, and engagement protocols that differ significantly from conventional air defense procedures. Team members undergo preparation for encounters with aircraft that demonstrate capabilities exceeding known technology, including training modules that address the stress and confusion reported by military personnel during previous incidents. Coordination protocols between government agencies have been completely restructured under new standard operating procedures established by General Gillott, as confirmed in Army spokesperson Paul Spadero's congressional testimony. Daily coordination calls and dedicated communication channels enable real-time incident reporting between military commands and civilian agencies. New legislation expands military authority to engage unknown aircraft over civilian areas when they pose threats to national security infrastructure, eliminating delays that previously occurred when incidents crossed jurisdictional boundaries. Cold War-era defense strategies are being adapted for aerial threats that operate below traditional radar coverage and demonstrate advanced electronic warfare capabilities. Military planners have revived concepts from the Continental Air Defense Command, including ground observer networks and civilian reporting systems that supplement electronic detection methods. These human intelligence networks provide coverage in areas where electronic systems fail, creating redundant surveillance capabilities that can track aircraft movements even when sophisticated stealth technology defeats radar and infrared detection systems. Artificial intelligence systems designed to predict and track these incursions represent the most advanced threat analysis technology ever deployed for homeland defense. The Predictive Aerial Threat Analysis Network processes data from military installations, civilian airports, and intelligence sources to identify patterns that precede incidents at specific locations. The system analyzes weather conditions, military operational schedules, and historical incident timing to generate probability assessments for future intrusions at individual installations. Early testing indicates the system can predict incidents with significant accuracy up to 48 hours in advance. Advanced sensor networks surrounding critical infrastructure create detection perimeters that extend far beyond individual military installations. The integrated base defense network includes ground-based radar, acoustic sensors, thermal imaging systems, and electromagnetic detection equipment that monitors airspace within extended radiuses of sensitive facilities. These networks represent substantial investments in peacetime surveillance deployment. The sensors operate continuously and can detect aircraft attempting to approach installations from any direction while maintaining coverage during adverse weather conditions. Private defense contractors are developing new interception capabilities under emergency procurement contracts that bypass normal competitive bidding processes. Major defense companies have received authorization to develop kinetic interception systems designed specifically for aircraft that demonstrate advanced maneuvering capabilities. These projects include drone swarms equipped with net capture systems, high-velocity projectile weapons, and electromagnetic pulse generators capable of disabling electronic systems at close range. Testing programs are proceeding under classified conditions, with completion schedules compressed to meet urgent operational requirements. Military installations are implementing physical security upgrades that complement electronic detection systems with barriers and deterrent measures designed for aerial threats. Facilities are installing aircraft-resistant netting over sensitive areas, constructing underground bunkers for critical equipment, and developing rapid aircraft relocation procedures that can move military assets away from surveillance areas within minutes. These physical countermeasures acknowledge that electronic systems alone cannot protect against aircraft that demonstrate immunity to conventional defensive technologies. The comprehensive nature of these defensive systems reflects military acknowledgement that the United States faces aerial surveillance capabilities that surpass existing technology and require entirely new approaches to protecting critical infrastructure. The scale of investment in technological sophistication indicates preparation for a threat environment where traditional assumptions about air superiority and homeland defense no longer apply. As these defensive measures take shape, intelligence analysts are working to determine whether any known adversary possesses the capabilities necessary to conduct such sophisticated operations. Foreign adversaries or unknown operators, the intelligence assessment. The answers intelligence agencies are seeking point toward a troubling conclusion that challenges every assumption about foreign adversary capabilities. Classified intelligence assessments examining these aircraft incidents focus intensively on whether China or Russia possesses the technological capabilities necessary to conduct such sophisticated surveillance operations on American soil. The Defense Intelligence Agency has analyzed every recorded incident against known foreign military doctrines, technological capabilities, and operational patterns used by adversary intelligence services. As retired General Glenn Van Herk, former Joint Commander of NORAD and NORTHCOM, told Congress during classified briefings, I would assess they weren't hobbyists. His statement to 60 Minutes reflected growing intelligence community consensus that these operations represent coordinated espionage activities, though identifying the responsible parties has proven impossible using conventional intelligence methods. Senator Roger Wicker, chairman of the Armed Services Committee, stated that the logical conclusion is these are spying incursions, based on classified briefings at the highest level where Pentagon and national security advisors remained mystified by the drone operations. Intelligence assessments show no nation currently possesses such stealthy drone capabilities, according to Senate hearing consensus reached after extensive classified briefings. The technical requirements for conducting these operations exceed the publicly acknowledged capabilities of any foreign military force. Intelligence analysts calculate that maintaining simultaneous surveillance at multiple installations across thousands of miles would require a logistics network comparable to major military campaigns. The operations would need secure communication systems, maintenance facilities, trained operators, and coordination infrastructure that intelligence agencies monitor continuously. Flight pattern analysis conducted by the National Security Agency reveals characteristics that do not match operational signatures of known foreign intelligence collection methods. The systematic surveillance of nuclear facilities, weapons storage sites, and military communications centers suggests intelligence collection objectives that exceed traditional foreign espionage priorities. The patterns indicate operators seeking comprehensive understanding of American military capabilities rather than targeting specific technologies or strategic assets that would align with known foreign intelligence requirements. Investigations into potential launch and recovery sites have failed to identify infrastructure capable of supporting operations of this scale and complexity. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has examined over 400 potential locations within 200 miles of incident sites, including private airfields, maritime facilities, and remote industrial areas that could serve as bases for covert aircraft operations. Satellite imagery analysis going back 18 months shows no construction activity, unusual vehicle movements, or infrastructure modifications that would indicate establishment of clandestine aviation facilities. The timing and targeting of these operations demonstrate intimate knowledge of American military procedures that would require extensive penetration of classified information systems. The aircraft appeared during specific operational windows that correspond to weapons testing schedules, nuclear materials transfers, and classified training exercises that are known only to personnel with appropriate security clearances. Foreign intelligence services typically require years to develop such detailed operational intelligence through traditional human intelligence networks or electronic surveillance methods. Senate intelligence hearings in 2023 revealed covert UAP programs per David Grush's whistleblower testimony, indicating that classified government programs have been investigating similar phenomena for decades. These revelations suggest that intelligence agencies have been tracking technologically advanced aircraft that exceed known foreign capabilities, yet the source of these technologies remains unidentified despite extensive investigation efforts. Assessment of whether any nation possesses the necessary technological and logistical capabilities reveals significant gaps between observed aircraft performance and known foreign military developments. China's drone technology, while advanced, operates within conventional aerodynamic and electronic warfare parameters that do not approach the capabilities demonstrated by the unknown aircraft. Russian military technology emphasizes electronic warfare and stealth capabilities, but shows no evidence of breakthroughs in propulsion systems or energy storage that would enable the sustained flight characteristics observed during American incidents. Counterintelligence investigations examining potential domestic support networks have expanded to include defense contractors, military personnel, and civilian aviation communities that might provide operational support for foreign surveillance operations. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has interviewed over 1,200 individuals with access to affected military installations, including current and former military personnel, defense industry employees, and civilian contractors with security clearances. Background investigations have identified no unusual financial transactions, foreign contacts, or behavioral patterns that would indicate involvement in supporting covert foreign operations. Foreign military technology assessments conducted by the Central Intelligence Agency show that while China and Russia continue advancing their conventional military capabilities, neither nation has achieved the technological breakthroughs necessary to develop aircraft with the observed performance characteristics. Chinese military aviation focuses on conventional fighter aircraft and unmanned systems that operate within established technological parameters. Russian aerospace development emphasizes hypersonic weapons and electronic warfare systems that represent evolutionary rather than revolutionary advances over previous capabilities. The intelligence community consensus, reflected in classified assessments provided to congressional leadership, indicates that these operations exceed known foreign technological capabilities by margins that suggest either revolutionary breakthroughs by adversary nations or involvement of non-state actors with access to advanced technology from unknown sources. This acknowledgement from senior leadership indicates that even classified intelligence sources cannot identify foreign adversary involvement that would explain the sophisticated aircraft operations. Intelligence agencies continue investigating foreign adversary involvement while acknowledging that current evidence does not support conclusions that any known nation possesses the capabilities necessary for conducting these operations. The comprehensive nature of the surveillance, combined with technological superiority that exceeds known foreign military developments, forces intelligence analysts to consider possibilities that challenge fundamental assumptions about technological development and the nature of threats facing American national security. The assessment process continues as intelligence collection efforts focus on identifying the source of capabilities, that represent either unprecedented foreign technological advancement or evidence of technology operating in American airspace with objectives that exceed traditional intelligence collection requirements. What has become clear is that these operations demonstrate particular interest in America's most sensitive and strategically critical installation. The nuclear question targeting America's most sensitive sites. Nuclear weapons storage facilities and power plants have become primary targets for these mysterious aircraft, creating an unprecedented security crisis that threatens America's nuclear deterrent capabilities. The Army confirmed 11 drone sightings over the Picatinny Arsenal in northern New Jersey over 2 days in December 2023, according to Army spokesperson Paul Spadero. This facility, where advanced weapons are designed and built, became another example of the systematic targeting of America's most sensitive military installations. The aircraft demonstrated precise knowledge of facility layout, security patrol routes, and restricted access zones that appear on no public documents or satellite imagery. The aircraft operations at nuclear facilities reveal detailed understanding of security protocols that should be known only to personnel with Q-level security clearances. At the Pantex plant in Texas, where nuclear weapons undergo assembly and disassembly operations, unknown aircraft arrived precisely during weapons convoy movements that follow classified schedules coordinated between the Department of Energy and Department of Defense. The timing accuracy suggests either extensive prior surveillance or access to classified logistics information that coordinates nuclear weapons transportation across multiple government agencies. Security cameras captured footage of aircraft adjusting their positions to maintain visual contact with convoy vehicles as they moved between different facility areas. Security expansions at nuclear plants were accelerated after the 2024 Department of Energy hearings on UAP threats, marking the first comprehensive reassessment of nuclear facility protection since the Cold War. The Department of Energy has authorized emergency deployment of advanced detection systems at nuclear weapons storage sites, representing a fundamental shift in nuclear security doctrine that assumes potential adversaries possess detailed knowledge of facility operation. These installations include modified radar systems capable of tracking low-altitude targets that conventional air defense systems cannot detect. Nuclear facility protection strategies have undergone complete reassessment following incidents that demonstrated how unknown aircraft can conduct detailed surveillance of America's most sensitive installation. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission has implemented new security requirements that assume potential adversaries possess comprehensive intelligence about facility operations, security procedures, and nuclear materials storage. These requirements include construction of underground bunkers for critical control systems, installation of aircraft-resistant barriers over reactor buildings, and development of rapid response procedures that can secure nuclear materials within minutes of detecting aerial threats. Flight patterns documented at nuclear installations suggest systematic mapping and surveillance of nuclear materials handling systems that would provide comprehensive intelligence for potential future operations. At the Y-12 National Security Complex in Tennessee, where weapons-grade uranium is processed and stored, aircraft conducted grid pattern flights that covered every building and storage facility over multiple surveillance sessions. The flight paths corresponded precisely to underground storage tunnels and processing facilities that do not appear on any publicly available facility maps. Military analysts studying the patterns report that the surveillance would provide sufficient intelligence to identify optimal targeting points for attacks against nuclear materials or disruption of weapons production capabilities. The timing of nuclear facility incidents correlates directly with classified weapons movements and maintenance schedules that indicate access to highly classified operational information. During January 2025, unknown aircraft appeared at the Kirtland Air Force Base weapons storage area exactly 47 minutes before a scheduled nuclear weapons inspection that had been planned only 3 days in advance. The inspection schedule required coordination between Air Force security forces, Department of Energy personnel, and civilian contractors with specialized security clearances.